Okay. Pretty sure that's the first time anybody's written a song about me, so thanks, Biggs. That's beautiful. Wow. Thanks to everybody for coming out. That's really, it means a lot, and it's just kind of crazy to see so many people come out for you, and so it really means a lot that you're all here today, and so thanks. I just wanted to take a couple minutes to kind of share with you a little bit of my story about how I ended up going to the Dominican Republic and how this all kind of came to be. And so, basically the story for me started about 1.5 years ago. I made my first trip to the Dominican Republic. That was my first time out of the country. And so, being there was kind of my first real exposure to any kind of poverty. I mean, I've seen people on the street in Chicago and that kind of stuff, but I've never really seen consistently throughout where I was at poverty. And so the whole week that I was there was kind of this battle of trying to wrap my mind around this idea that people were living in these areas that I was seeing. And the other battle in my mind was trying to figure out why hasn't anything been done to fix it, or what's going on. And so over the next couple of years, next 1.5 years, and really through many conversations, prayers, and just learning a lot about the country and going back to visit a few times, I learned a lot about their education system and some of the issues that they have in the country. And so, to me, that was something that stuck out. There's lots of issues that they have there and lots of reasons for poverty. But one of the major ones is their education system. The Dominican Republic is tied for last. It goes back and forth with Haiti for the worst education system in Latin America. And so, lots of reasons for that, but it's a big-time struggle for their education system. Their students go to school for 3 hours a day. You might think that that would be awesome as a student, but if you're trying to learn new things, it's not very successful. They go to a classroom that probably has about 40 to 45 students to one teacher who's about an 8th grade equivalent education. And so those are a lot of factors stacked against them to begin with. And then you add in culturally that dropping out of high school is a pretty normal thing. So they've got a really poor education system of poor quality, and then they have a 90% high school dropout rate. And so just learning a lot about these things is kind of was something that stuck in my heart. And so beginning last summer, I kind of started thinking about the idea of going to teach there. And it's just really kind of an amazing process of doors opening and getting pushed by people to take steps that I never thought I would. And so eventually I got connected with a school called Doulos Discovery School, a really unique and kind of amazing school. There's a lot of things that set it apart from other schools, but just a couple that really drew me to it was, first and foremost, they have a heart set on living out the mission of Jesus in loving people who can't take care of themselves in a lot of ways. And so what they do is they saw that there's a huge need for education there. And so they offer half the students that go to their school full scholarship. And so that means there's about 125 students that go to that school completely paid for by the school. So all their needs, educationally, food, all that kind of stuff is taken care of by the school. And so that was a huge draw to start. And then the second thing that really drew me there was what they backed it up with. The Dominican Republic is marked by corruption. Political system, police force. If you have money, you're going to continue to have money because you have power. And so what we strive to do at Doulos is we ask our students to not only be equipped educationally, we seek to show them hope and peace and joy that come through knowing Jesus. And we ask them to take that one step further, and we ask them to live in a way of what we call being a servant leader. And so we ask them to not just be equipped and go out and get a job for themselves, but to use that money and use that position that they're going to have to actually go back and serve other people. And for their country, that's kind of a unique idea. I think worldwide, that's kind of a unique idea, to lay down what you have to serve somebody else. And so those are just some huge things that drew me to the school. I want to read a quote that they have that just really kind of drew me even more to the school. Basically, this is what they stand for. They say, "We believe that if children are given a solid education, balanced with the hope of Jesus Christ, that they have a chance to escape the cycle of poverty, create a different kind of future for themselves, and be a different kind of leader in their community, their country, and even their world." And so for me, that was so much that I couldn't turn away from. It's just, they have a deep need, and it's a gift that I've been given, that I have skills in the area of education. And so the reason I'm here talking to you all today is, one, because you're people who've been super important to me, and I'm thankful that I've gotten to be in each of your lives in certain ways, and that you've gotten to be a part of mine. The last part is, I'm here because I have to ask for support. I mean, first and foremost, I need support and prayer. I know that it's going to be a long and difficult journey. I know that there are going to be some issues in culture and trying to make transitions there. And so I ask for your prayer for students here, for students there, for transition. And then the other part is, I'm here to ask for financial support. To do what we're going to do, all the teachers are asked to raise their own support. So for our salary, for cost of living, for transportation, for anything and everything that we're doing, we're asked to raise our own support for that. And that's so that way the school can continue to offer scholarships to students, and any money that comes in either goes to students, goes to staff who are Dominican and we're supplying a job to, or to building the school bigger. And so I would just really love if you would consider making a contribution in support. I have some more information inside, and I would love to answer anybody's specific questions you might have. But I would love if you consider either making a one-time donation, or if you would consider making a monthly donation. I really love when people do that, because I know then that they're thinking about me every month and they're praying for me, and it's just really cool to know people are behind you and that kind of thing. And so I'm just really thankful for the time I've got to have with all of you, and I just thank you for your time today. So thank you for putting this together, and thanks to all of you for coming out.